Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Legally Respectful for Women. Hope you all are doing well and enjoying the beautiful nature blooming this spring. Interestingly, large part of this natural world is women and form around 50% of humankind, the other half being the men of course. In this beautiful world, where two forms of humankind should respect each other's differences and be each other's lifelong support, following the simple rule of live and let live. It is highly unbelievable that a shocking crime like domestic violence against women exists. Today in this video, I will be talking to you about the domestic violence against women. What is domestic violence against women? Also, what are the underlying factors? In layman's language, domestic violence against women simply means acts of violence committed by men towards women in their family, primarily their life partners or better halves. Domestic violence covers all kinds of abuse, shouting, kicks, pushes, punches, slaps, pulling of hair, shaking, dragging, biting, etc. Majority of married women feel that the entire onus of making the marriage work is on them. Therefore, many women facing the domestic violence tolerate the intolerable as long as they can in hope that the things will get better. At the same time, women are also afraid that if things fall apart, they will be blamed. They are the ones who bear the burden of heavy guilt if children are also involved. The whole effect of domestic violence is enormously devastating as it surely constitutes a serious violation of women's human rights to live with self-respect and as free human beings. Notably, the Universal Declaration on Human Rights clearly enshrines that all the rights and fundamental freedoms are available equally to both men and women without any distinction whatever. In our society, woman becomes subordinate to men in a household who emerges as a self-proclaimed master and controls the movement of women beyond her imagination. The real problem lies in the male-dominated system which considers women as subordinate to men and primary caregivers, as opposed to queens of their household who are equal to men. Unfortunately and strangely, most men do not understand nature's simple fact that women are equal individuals as much as men as they both are humans. What is so complicated about it? Has nature ever claimed that one is better than the other or should control the other? No, not at all. This discrimination is purely man-made. Such men who believe in controlling women prove that they are stronger or superior to hamper their own insecurities, obviously have no clue or capacity to realize the real importance of a life partner or better half. Sad to think that domestic violence against women robs women of their self-confidence, hope, and self-esteem. It is a common phenomenon and it is normally ignored or suffered silently. Whatever, domestic violence against women is unjustifiable and certainly defies all ethos of humanity. The most common factors that lead to stalking and battering of women include dissatisfaction with the dowry and exploiting women for more of it. Other factors may include alcohol, drug abuse, depression, shortage of money, lack of a job, etc. Consequently, domestic violence against married women occur on a very significant and disturbing scale. Domestic violence against women is the most serious violation of basic rights that a woman suffers in her own home, and that too at the hands of members within her own family. In this regard, it is quite worth noticing that the United Nations Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, which declared that the state should protect women against violence, especially occurring within the family. Although the women in urban areas may not have been brought up in the culture of violence and may possess strong personality characteristics like pride, intelligence, and intolerance towards wrong, and may also have been married into seemingly well-educated and sophisticated families, yet surprisingly, such women too are victims of domestic violence. Actually, what men do not realize is what they consider acts of maintaining their image of strength are imaginary, irrational acts. Some think is grossly wrong with the social and mental conditioning of such men that we as a society need to correct on a war footing. Having said that, there is absolutely no denying the fact that there are numerous instances where husbands or men also are victims of violence at the hands of their wives, which has been on the rise, especially in recent decades, and is equally horrific. However, in most cases, and especially historically, it is a woman who has been suffering the most since times immemorial. As such, the threat of domestic violence against women has affected the proper development of countless families, which has in the long run adversely affects the well-being of society. Suffice it to state that this serious problem of domestic violence against women should be nipped in the bud immediately for our healthier and stable generations. Since domestic violence against women became a widespread problem, our government had to pass the legislation Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act in order to provide protection to women from domestic violence. In a nutshell, this act has provided for a system which is woman-friendly, making it accessible to victims of domestic violence. It is imperative that the woman must be first fully aware about the significant legal provisions of the legislation Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act so that the women victims of domestic violence feel confident to take up the matter with the appropriate authorities in case of any need. Therefore, in my next video, I will be talking to you about the legal rights and the protections available to women under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, and furthermore its efficacy, related pragmatic suggestions, etc. So please keep watching and stay tuned for my very important upcoming video. Thanks to all.